The hunter returns! I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth. Starstone? I've never heard of such a thing. Dear Jake had a mineral collection, yes. As far as I knew, it was one of his pastimes, nothing more. Do you mean to imply he collected something dangerous? Something that may have gotten him into trouble? Oh, this is all too much. I feel like I'm drifting from nightmare into nightmare. Listen, if you're going to accuse me of something, you would better find the evidence to back up your ridiculous claims.
Greetings! These stores are for our legion.
Don't let that rooster escape! He's already on the menu for tonight!
Isn't it a chicken's destiny to be eaten? We should catch it and give it back to the cook.
True story indeed. Perhaps we two can have a bite later.
That was close. Thanks for catching Fidgety Jack here. I guess he got nervous when I mentioned drumsticks. Let's have that bird then, shall we? Our troops are mighty hungry.
Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right place, you have. I got every style of equipment to fit you from head to foot, if it's a trade you're after.
Greetings! These stores are for our legion troops. Riverland's finest work up mighty fine appetite serving the seven.
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
You
Any
think
real
that's funny,
damage? Are you
David?
joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
No, sir.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
Hey, who's that then? Come on, stand where my good eye can see you.
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking to.
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough, but she's no more than a wild animal. We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched behind a tree, taking aim at a fat old rat trotting along the city walls. I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what, and the beast startled like a wild cat and lunged right at me.
Bit Tull you right in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty, and now it's got a chunk ripped off it to boot.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
Sorry,
I'd
sir.
say you ought to take her off our hands if you had the space. Though we couldn't guarantee she'd do more than piddle on the floor and maul your furniture.
You call to Walgraf. He awaits your queries. Walgraf gives a curt, disgruntled nod, and with a gesture that suggests the drinking out of a mug of ale, he seems to indicate he'll be at the King Crab Inn should you change your mind.
Real damage.
Careful, Source Hunter. If I keep my eyes off this cage, the beast's liable to...
Well, that's to be decided. She doesn't seem to be sick, despite Tully's moaning. We can't keep her here forever, but we can't well send her into the wilds again, can we?
Sir, no, sir.
Perhaps it'd be worth taking this stranger under our wing. She'll likely come in handy if we can trust her to watch our backs.
After all, a fearless hunter might prove quite useful for our investigation.
Well, that's a relief, ain't it? We found a good home for her after all, Tull.
Heed me, Source Hunter. She's not good for anything more than cannon fodder. And don't turn your back on her when she's got that bow within arm's reach.
Source Hunter, I have heard tales both grand and terrible about the world of humans. I myself was caged one moment and freed the next by our kind. In Home Forest, every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, there are no guarantees.
That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Those boots embarrass a bridge drone. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
It is strange to stand with one foot in the forest and the other in the city, Source Hunter. I am glad that now I have you standing beside me, even if one burns hot while the other wheezes cold. Perhaps in time I will come to know my own kind as you have, and perhaps then I will decide for myself whether ours is a noble kind.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! Not! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! Not! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Those boots would embarrass a bridge drone. Get the shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! Not!
Ah, the Source Hunter. Oh, joyous hour. Yes? Discovered anything? I see. You've come to report a dead sheep. A heap of mutton that sailed into view upon your robbing the grave of a councillor. Lovely. Well, don't just stand there gawking like guppies. Hie yourself to Roberts the mortician. If anyone buried a sheep, obviously it was him. Well, have you found any incriminating evidence against her? If so, let's have it. Whom would you have the Legion arrest?
I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter. What? I'd never. If you must know, I was merely checking up on Maxine, the mayor's cat. What a delight she is. The temperament of a tiger, the grace of a leopard, and the manners of a lady all rolled into one. A perfect puss, if ever there was one. By all means. Of course. I hope your investigation fares well. His body is gone, replaced with that of a sheep. This is all very disconcerting, to say the least. Grave robbery reeks of necromancy. Could Jake have been involved with those that raise the dead? It seems too improbable to be true, but nevertheless. You're onto something, Hunter. Do follow the scent and see where it leads you. I can't say much more, but that they're madmen. All the more dangerous to us because of their alliance with what should be a natural enemy. You won't see me teaming up with a terrier in a hurry.
That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again!
So, what's the bad news? More orcs rampaging through the docks? Or have those infernal statues sent another soul flying to his death? Sad story, that. Though if I'm speaking plainly, the sentimental aspect of it all doesn't make much of an impression on an undertaker. Especially not these days, with so many laid low by the orcs and such like. I just concern myself with giving the remains a respectable exit from life. We set him to rest in the northern graveyard. Perhaps he can finally get a little peace. A sheep? That's a whole heap of nonsense. Don't bother me with such wild tales. Go ahead and try it then. I haven't got anything to tell you one way or the other, you brute. Enough of that bloody business. If you're just going to bother me about finished matters, I'd consider it a favor if you'd leave me be.
The death man is nervous as a squirrel. I'm certain he's hiding something.
Enough of that bloody business. If you're just going to bother me about finished matters, I'd consider it a favor if you'd leave me be. You there! Cut it out!
These gates are to remain closed at all times. Captain's orders. Wait a second. Well, I'll be a little red imp's uncle, the Source Hunter. Sorry for the gruff treatment. I didn't recognize you right away. Please tell me, how can I aid the investigation? You don't look like you're quite ready to head out into the wilds to me. You may have the right number of champions in your party, yet in experience, I think you're lacking. Of course, the choice is yours, but are you sure you want to venture out? I certainly hope you know what you're doing, Source Hunter. Right, open her up, Legionnaires.
Look alive, my good man. This gate will be short work for a well-equipped contingent of orcs.
Hello there, welcome to Sightseeing. I thought the old gal's fate was sealed when the orc shaman set his fiery gaze on her sails. But you managed to rescue her from a watery grave. Closest thing to a miracle I've ever seen.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Council's wife.
Have you found us a job yet? We'll take anything. Really? So there's a captain offering booze and brass for a bit of crate loading. Gods be praised. You've done it, friend. Off we go.
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Feddle's carriage for the joyride?
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up. Yes, honest pay for an honest day. duty's not so bad, hey? Salutations! Source hunters, I see. I'm Sergeant Curtius, proud protector of this House of Legion goods. This is a storing house for Legion supplies, perhaps the most important building in the realm, by my and others' estimation. And I, Sergeant Curtius, have been trusted to guard it.
Well, a source hunter. About time the council took us seriously. Maybe you can start with the two idiots hiding their pet orc here.
Ah, who better than a proven orc crusher to convince my dumbbell of a friend here that orcs are predators, not pets?
Enough of that. I know how dangerous an orc can be, but this one has been reformed. Anyone can see that she's completely docile, but my prejudiced friend here still wants to kill her. My friend here and I were patrolling outside the city walls, when who did I see creeping along the shore but this lovely orcish lady? For a brief second, as long as eternity, we locked eyes. Perhaps confused by the butterflies in her stomach, she sprang up and began running, claws bared towards Marius. Fortunately for him, I had the presence of mind to ignore my sword and instead adroitly fling my pouch of trinkets towards her. A vial of love potion shattered over her head, and when she turned to face me, she became instantly enamored. I'm sure she must have been compelled to join the Orcish army under some kind of duress. A lady with such a sweetly savage manner would never willingly join up with those vicious marauders.
Ha! I can assure you there wasn't a hint of sweetness in those murderous eyes when she lunged at my throat. She may be confined here for now, but who's telling when she'll escape and who she'll rip to shreds?
Ah, I've always had an amateur interest in all things alchemical. When I read in an esteemed periodical from the Wizards of Youthful Gore about an amazing opportunity that could change my life, I had to act fast or lose the once-in-a-lifetime deal. I sent away for the world-famous love potion, available for a limited time only, and it has worked exactly as promised.
You see what a fool my friend has been, spending all his cash on snake oil and bringing a temporarily tranquilized monster into our midst to boot.
What kind of monster would lie in a published advertisement? I'm sure the effects of the potion will be everlasting, as printed.
You see, he'd believe it was noon at midnight if he read it on a printed pamphlet. Please tell me you can reason with him, or ditch reason and use your sword to shave him from his murderous darling.
She's got to be put down. If this love potion is as dodgy as it sounds, she could come to her vicious senses at any time.
Agreed. I've never met an orc I trusted, charmed or not.
Glad to hear I'm not the only one with common sense around here. I'll do the honors myself.
No! She's harmless! Please! You bastard! You had no right!
No right to protect not only an orc in love. Ha! When this little charm fades, she'll liberate the flesh.
It's you we need protection from. Come now, enough doom and gloom. Cast your gaze instead upon my...
Go ahead and throw your sugar water up.
A man in love with an orc? Bloomin' bullfrogs, is he blind, stupid, or both? It's a good thing you advised his friend to run the savage through. Imagine the hell-sent mongrel that would have crawled forth from that union.
One day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all.
Half-bred mongrels, wicked love potions, unholy union between man and orc. Who can say which was the most terrible aspect of this circus? What matters is that the affair's been resolved for good thanks to that Legionnaire's swift blade. And your keen decision-making.
This place reeks of orc stench.
Well, a source hunter. A very hearty welcome to our humble warehouse. Have a look around. And don't mind if I pick your brain about the scoop around Undervale. I'm behind on my current affairs. This Jake business is quite the scandal, no? I myself suspect his wife, Esmeralda, and the butcher seconds that, let me tell you. Then again, and you didn't hear this from me, he's going through quite the nasty divorce himself, and there's his children to consider. But I imagine his youngest, Kimberly, won't mind. Never did get on well with her mother ever since the incident. Oh, it's an unparalleled pleasure having a fresh ear around here. Report? Still nothing, sir. Suppose there just aren't any thieves around.
If there were any thieves,
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my hands.
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
Toasty!
To leave the city is to venture into danger. Be careful, source hunter.
I wouldn't venture too far out of town if I were you. Many Legionnaires did so before you. Very few have returned. Whose invention? The stasis blaster. Quite a sight, no? The ray can singe a zombie or skeleton to ash in a matter of seconds. These days, we Legionnaires hold a lottery to see who gets to man the things. You can bet it's no small amount easier to blast those flesh-eating monstrosities from a distance than to get within striking range. Don't ask me how the blaster works, though. I just make sure the thing's hitting its targets.
You say you will take me under your wing. But I see no feathers. Are you a child of the birds, as I am of the bears? In truth, this is a relief. Your world is made with rules I have not yet memorized. I am happy to have a friend in such a place. And so the lonely babe was fed upon the wild mother's milk, and cast aside from humankind, he thrived among his mother's ilk. So says the saga of Threes. Do you know it? The wise godwolf Amira raised the child Threes among her litter. So you see, I have good company. Threes the wolfson, and I the Bairdotr.
good as a new pen. Ah!
Mercy me. It walks, but it's not dead. I wasn't entirely certain I'd ever meet anyone any more fitting that description. The name's Wolfram, and it's a delight to make your acquaintance. Good to see, by the by, you don't belong to the Legion. 10 of their number accompanied me on a fact-finding mission to an ancient burial mound. But, as it turns out, they stood a snowflake's chance in hell against the undead. Not that I reckon my chance is any higher, though, especially with that vicious undead mutt prowling the grounds around this here ruin. I'd go so far as to say I'm in dire need of an armed escort back to the city, as a matter of fact. I'll never make it back to Sicile alone, but you've gotten this far. You can bring me back, can't you?
We certainly can. Let's be off.
Indeed. Don't you worry. We'll keep you safe.
Marvelous. Mighty fine of you. Lead the way. To me! To me! I'm under attack!
mercy on your soul.
On one foot in the grave here! Help me!
This is the end for you!
You did it! We made it! Oh, cheers for escorting me to safety. You're a godsend, you are. I'll be in the King Crab, clearing the dust from my throat. The drinks are on me if you'd like to partake.
According to his diary, this bloke couldn't put down his dogs even after he knew them to be infected.
The sentimental fool. I guess he preferred being killed in his sleep than euthanizing his little darlings.
Could you blame him for hesitating? Those dogs hardly seemed sick after all.
Worth the rummaging. creature there looks like it'd like to play fetch with our fiends.
Is that a zombie dog? Man's best friend, my Heine.
One bolt is never enough. My touch will root you to the earth. Out of my way!
Stand strong, strike harder!
Face the unending darkness. often deals more damage.
Unending darkness. Rawr! That is, how can I help you, my friend?